Last weekend, the entertainment and combat sports worlds collided in a way nobody saw coming. Rampage Jackson, the son of former UFC star Quinton Rampage Jackson, reportedly assaulted independent wrestler Syko Stu during a live event. Witnesses were stunned, fans flooded social media, and the story spread like wildfire. What made this more shocking wasn't just the violence, it was how closely it mirrored two infamous cultural moments: Will Smith's shocking slap of Chris Rock at the Oscars, and Vitaly Zdorovetskiy's reckless stunt of live-streaming his crimes for the world to see. In one bizarre turn of events, Rampage Jackson managed to embody both incidents, leaving behind a trail of outrage, confusion, and viral headlines. To understand why this story hit so hard, it's important to look at the name attached to it. Quinton Rampage Jackson is a legend in the MMA world, a former UFC light heavyweight champion, Bellator contender, and global star known for his intimidating power, larger-than-life personality, and highlight reel knockouts. For years, his name has carried weight in the world of combat sports. So when news broke that his son was involved in a violent outburst, it automatically attracted mainstream attention. The idea that Raja, carrying the Rampage bloodline, chose to lash out physically against a wrestler during an event felt like an eerie echo of his father's aggressive legacy. Except this time, it wasn't in the octagon. It was outside the rules, outside professionalism, and outside common sense. The most immediate cultural parallel came from the Will Smith and Chris Rock Oscars moment in 2022. Just like Smith, Rampage Jackson allegedly lost his composure in public, turning to physical violence in front of an audience. The sheer theatricality of it, violence in a setting meant for entertainment, was too uncanny to ignore. Will Smith's slap was broadcast live to millions and instantly became one of the most dissected cultural moments of the decade. Raja's attack on Syko Stu echoed that same sense of disbelief. It wasn't just about the act of hitting someone, it was about doing so in a place where no one expected it, turning a staged or scripted atmosphere into something brutally real. For fans, it was the same jaw-dropping mix of shock and awkward silence, violence where laughter, spectacle, or performance should have been. If the Will Smith comparison explained the act itself, the Vitaly reference explained the aftermath. Vitaly Zdorovetskiy, the infamous YouTube prankster and social media personality, built his career on pushing the limits of outrageous stunts. But in recent years, his reckless choices turned into real crimes. Most notoriously, he was arrested in the Philippines after live-streaming illegal behavior, ensuring his downfall was broadcast for the world to see. What connects Rampage Jackson to this story is the bizarre fact that his assault wasn't just whispered about. It was streamed, shared, and recorded across platforms. Like Vitaly, Raja seemed to forget the golden rule of the digital era. If you do something stupid in public, the internet will catch it, amplify it, and immortalize it. It wasn't just a bad decision, it was a broadcast mistake of monumental proportions. In that sense, Rampage Jackson managed to do a Vitaly at the same time he was doing a Will Smith. While the spotlight has mostly focused on Raja and the Jackson family name, it's important not to forget the other figure in this story, Syko Stu. Known in independent wrestling circuits, Stu built his reputation as a gritty, resilient entertainer, willing to take risks in small arenas to give fans a show. Independent wrestling thrives on trust between performers and the audience, balancing theatrics with physical performance. What Raja did wasn't part of the act. It wasn't scripted. For a wrestler like Stu, who already puts his body on the line for fans, having to deal with a real assault in the middle of his craft was both humiliating and dangerous. Wrestling insiders have been quick to condemn Raja's actions, noting how much damage they can do to the already delicate relationship between performers and the live crowd. The strange irony of the whole situation is that without video evidence, this might have been a small-time scandal limited to niche wrestling circles. But in today's era, nothing stays small. Audience members had their phones out. Clips circulated online. The moment became instant content. Within hours, social media platforms were flooded with reposts, reaction videos, memes, and hot takes. Raja didn't just throw a punch, he threw himself into the algorithm. And once the internet decides your worst moment is entertainment, there's no turning back. The more people clicked, commented, and shared, the more the story spread. Just like Vitaly's reckless stunts, Raja's crime didn't stay in the shadows. It was blasted onto the global stage. Why would Raja do something so self-destructive? Theories abound, and while only he knows the real motivation, the shadows of fame and legacy loom large. Being the child of a legend can be both a gift and a curse. On one hand, it grants recognition, status, and opportunity. On the other, it comes with crushing expectations and scrutiny. Every action, every mistake, every step is amplified. Raja may not have been a household name before, but carrying the Jackson brand meant that when he slipped up, he didn't just embarrass himself. He dragged a legacy down with him. This is the same pressure that has broken countless celebrity children before him, leading them into self-sabotage, rebellion, or desperate attempts to create their own identity outside their parents' shadow. The strangest thing about this story is how it feels like a bizarre cultural mashup. Will Smith's slap was about celebrity rage. Vitaly's downfall was about internet stupidity. Raja Jackson's assault manages to check both boxes at once. It's the kind of headline that feels made for Twitter jokes, YouTube commentary, and TikTok analysis. And that's exactly what's happening. Commentators are dissecting every angle, meme accounts are running wild, and fans are turning disbelief into entertainment. In an era where the lines between sports, celebrity, and viral content are blurred, Raja's meltdown may be remembered less as a serious crime and more as a strange memeable moment in pop culture. Legally, Raja Jackson may face charges depending on the severity of the assault and whether Syko Stu presses forward. Socially, he may face the harsher punishment of online ridicule and cancel culture. What's certain is that the Jackson family name, once synonymous with combat sports dominance, is now being tied to a viral scandal. For Raja himself, the path forward is murky. He could apologize, attempt to rehabilitate his image, or double down and embrace the notoriety. But one thing is clear, in the age of live streams and instant uploads, there's no way to erase what's already out there. The incident is part of the internet now, forever searchable, forever replayable. At its core, this isn't just about Raja Jackson, Syko Stu, or even the Jackson family. It's about the strange world we live in where public mistakes are amplified into global headlines. In another era, this would have been a private scandal, maybe a forgotten brawl. But today, one bad decision can live forever online, creating infamy faster than fame. Raja's assault is a cautionary tale about how celebrity children, influencers, and anyone in the public eye must navigate a digital landscape where every mistake becomes entertainment. To do a Will Smith or to do a Vitaly has become cultural shorthand for losing control in front of the world. Now, Raja Jackson has added his name to that strange hall of shame. The attack on Syko Stu has left Raja Jackson standing on the edge of a very dark future. What seemed like a reckless, heat-of-the-moment decision has quickly spiraled into something that could define his life forever. The legal fallout is almost impossible to avoid. Because the entire assault was streamed live, investigators already have everything they need. This isn't a case of conflicting eyewitnesses. It's all there on video. That means prosecutors can push for aggravated assault charges with little resistance. If convicted, Raja could be looking at years behind bars. Even if he escapes a lengthy sentence, the reality of carrying a criminal record would still change his life in lasting ways, limiting jobs, opportunities, and even basic freedoms. Then there's the damage done to Syko Stu. Reports suggest his injuries required immediate medical attention, and if his recovery is long, Raja may be staring down expensive civil lawsuits on top of the criminal case. Medical bills, damages, compensation, it could add up to a financial burden that haunts him for decades. But the harshest blow may be to his reputation. Being Rampage Jackson's son already put Raja under a microscope, and now the world sees him not as an athlete or entertainer, but as a headline-making aggressor. Fans are outraged, comparisons to infamous outbursts are everywhere, and the stain of this moment could become his legacy. Raja is now at a crossroads. One violent act has rewritten his story, and the next steps he takes will decide whether he spends his future rebuilding from rock bottom, or watching his freedom, career, and name slip away completely.